bear with you. The Boston Bruins are 3-2-0, and that is good enough for second in the Atlantic, fourth in the Eastern Conference, and 10th in the National Hockey League. My name's Joey Copponi. That's Rob Tocci. Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Good to hear. The show's brought to you by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network, and by Game Time Tickets. Go to Game Time Tickets and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. What's up, dude?
Hi. I'm so tired. It was a late game. It was a late game.
It was late.
So they're like it's 9:30, and then they're like, just fucking kidding, you idiot. It's 9:52, and then they're like, no, it's not, because the Penguins game isn't over. Deal with it. I don't know. I'm complaining. I'm up that late anyways.
I know, but there's something about like the brain takes a turn around 10:30 p.m. where it's like, now I'm in night mode. Now I like to call it Dark Joe. And Dark Joe is not watching hockey, Joe. Dark Joe does things we don't talk about on the air. Dark Joe stares at a wall menacingly. I stroke my cat's head and I plot destruction and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You just turned into a James Bond villain after 10 p.m.
Yeah, Dark Joe. Yeah.
Is that why you always went to bed at 9:30 in college? Is that what it was?
I went into the bathroom at 9:30. I came out at 2 a.m. when Dark Joe recedes to the back of my consciousness. But
I figured you had like IBS or something. But I guess Bond villain is equally likely.
That's why I had my suit hung in the bathroom. No, but it's hard to like keep your brain engaged in like late game because your body and your brain are like, this is not the time that I'm supposed to be watching hockey. It's not that late. I stay up crazy. I go to bed. I'm happy if I don't see 4 a.m. And for whatever reason, if there's hockey on at 11:30, I'm like, what are they doing? Get off the ice.
Yeah, I went to bed at like 2:30. I got into the bedroom and my fiance was awake, and I was like, hey, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like,
hello.
Yeah, I whatever it was. It's kind of my least favorite part about it is that like Bruins Twitter's asleep. Like there's like very few people to like discuss the game with live.
Part of that too is that it's just early in the season. Like I think if that same game is, if they're fighting for a playoff spot and it's, March, I think that like you have a different, late night Bruins Twitter experience.
But yeah, Game 5 against Colorado on a Wednesday. No, that ain't gonna be it. It's like why like the California trip is even tougher because like that puck drop is like 10:20 p.m. and it's always during the week. Even if it's not, even if it is a Friday or Saturday, like you don't want to. By the time 10:30 rolls around, you're not like, who's ready to watch 3 hours of hockey?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me, but the average fan is not engaging with that. So
I can't watch hockey, dude. I have a busy schedule of sitting on my couch the rest of the night.
I can't do two things.
How am I supposed to watch a hockey game while I'm sitting here in front of my TV?
Can't be done. But anywho,
they won the game though.
They won the game. They did.
Big time. They won.
They look pretty dang good.
That was my opinion too. I thought they looked good.
Yeah, the first half, I maybe not perfect, half and a half, but I texted you. I'm like, this is the best they have played all season. It was equal parts. They were figuring it out and the line's working, but also Colorado is not very good. Which is weird.
I don't know what it is. I think it's their. I don't know because like they're still strong, they are still fast, but I don't know. Team chemistry feels like such a cop out to throw out something like that. But there is something in terms of game planning and connecting that just doesn't click. There's something not clicking there.
It's the intangibles.
Yeah. They don't have enough grit.
Yeah, not enough sandpaper.
They're low on intestinal fortitude.
I genuinely don't have a response to that. That wiped my brain.
That was probably the end of that bit. That's probably a good place to leave that bit.
Band name, Intestinal Fortitude.
Yeah, there's something there.
I'm still hung up on Canadian Thanksgiving as a band name, not as a concept.
Oh,
honestly, a little hung up on the concept too. What are you giving thanks for?
What do they? Yeah. Also, why can't they just like share our day?
You're thankful that you have Boxing Day. Okay.
What the hell is Boxing Day?
I don't know.
I see it on the calendars, but
we got to leave them alone. I'm not interested in their secrets.
We got to stop talking about them.
We're gonna manifest them if we discuss them any longer. But
where do you want to start on this game? Do you want to talk about your son? You want to talk Potsy? You want to talk Charlie Coyle? Coyle, probably Coyle's best game yet.
Yeah,
yeah. You want to start there?
Yeah, let's talk about Coyle. Let's talk about Coyle.
Charlie Coyle. He's emerging, dude. He's here.
He is. So before we even get to that, some leading into it. So in this game, you sit Morgan Geekie, who is without a point so far, and you sit Justin Brazeau.
Mm-hmm.
It's early in the season. You want everybody to get on the ice. I get it. I don't like sitting either of those guys. I understand Geekie's without a point, but I still have liked his play. I very much like Braz's play. And then they brought in Riley Tufte and Max Jones. I have been vocal about my dislike of Riley Tufte's game. This game didn't dissuade me from that opinion. If anything, it vindicated me. Max Jones was fine. That was kind of it. I forgot he was in the game for most of it, which is not always the worst thing, not always the best thing. But because of the change in the line, the Coyle, who had been playing with Geekie, in this game primarily played with Marchand and Frederick. And on paper, you read Brad Marchand, Charlie Coyle, Trent Frederick. I immediately go possession. Those are three guys who very reliably come away with the puck on a one-on-one battle. And boy, did that actually happen. They were oppressive. Usually when you like theorize a line, when you see it, you're like, oh, it's going to be like this. It doesn't always work out that way. But I thought they looked very good together. Led to Coyle's first goal of the season, coming off of a real cheeky Mason Laura pass. Whew. Kid's all right. But yes, generally all right. But generally speaking, I did very much like Coyle's game. I hope this is kind of, the start of him catching fire a little bit. One game at a time. But yeah, what were your impressions, Joe?
Of Charlie?
Of Chuck, of the mayor of Weymouth.
I think I'm just happy to see that it's still there. That like something didn't magically happen, because it's not uncommon for a guy to just kind of show up a little late and like revive their former self and be like, hey, I'm still here. I was reaching a point where I was like kind of done waiting for it. Last year was kind of this transition period where like, yeah, Charlie Coyle is your 1C. Coming from Bergeron to Coyle, and like this kind of weird, like passing of the torch kind of deal, and having like one primo year of that, it would have sucked. Yeah, and I say would have because I'm firm in my belief that's who Charlie Coyle is.
Like a 60-point player, like what he was last year.
Yeah. Also, just a quarterback. Yeah. Just a smart veteran center that's not gonna. Those first couple games of the year just looked. He looked labored, I think was the word.
Yeah, I think you could say that for a few of the guys, but yeah, I think Coyle's definitely one of them. It's things are not coming easily for him. I think it's taking a little bit more effort than it normally would.
I wonder how much the line shuffling affects those guys. The guys who are veterans and played elsewhere where maybe that didn't happen as much.
Yeah, I don't know. I also think putting this line back together, and we've said this many times, Coyle and Frederick should be playing together as often as humanly possible. Go as far back to the Oceans line with Craig Smith, where they were just the Bruins' best line for like the better part of a month. I think they complement each other perfectly. I really hope we can keep them together. And honestly,
forgot about the Oceans line. Thanks for reminding me.
Right? Yeah, right. That was 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13. But yeah, no, I was pleasantly surprised with him. But it was also one of those games where damn near everybody, I was like, they're having a good game.
Yeah, Charlie McAvoy, 23 minutes on the ice.
Stallion.
Stallion. 23 minutes, led the team, obviously. David Pastrnak with 22 minutes.
Yeah, he plays a lot. Those are like defenseman numbers.
22 minutes. Nobody else, no other forward cracked 20. So, he's just My goodness, are they getting their money's worth out of him?
5 shots.
Mason Lohrei, step back, 17 minutes less time on ice. Not the worst idea, perhaps. Although I will say, I think I'm coming around on the idea of the preseason outlook on the defense was that they were this big, bad, massive court, which like they are, but like that implied just them being, a brick wall. And you have so many offensively skilled defensemen that like, why you don't have to sacrifice one for the other is what I'm getting at. They're not this defensively minded, Claude Julien coached defense first team. They're also like such an offensive threat. I like that Mason like has the confidence to pull it out still. And I'm not that he brings it out of other guys, but I like that being a trait that's like shared across the entire D-corps.
What trait is that exactly?
A lack of fear to get involved offensively.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Shoot the fucking puck.
I think that's why Mason works so well here, because that kind of just is Monty's system, is that he puts a very big emphasis on the D helping with the transition and getting them involved in the rush. And and I think when you have a defenseman like Mason Lohrei, who is basically a forward in sheep's clothing, I think it works out really well. And I think at the same time, we're going to see a lot of growing pains, and we talk about that a lot. But when it works, it works. And it's kind of like Pasternak in a way where, yeah, there's quite a lot of liability. And yeah, like they're going to eat a lot of minutes, and within that, they're going to make some mistakes. But when they do what they're supposed to be doing, you kind of forget about all the other stuff.
Are we talking about a Mason tax right now?
We're talking about a Mason tax. We're talking a little bit about a Mason tax.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Mason tax. What I like, I guess, what a better way to frame what I'm trying to get at here, I like a part of the Bruins' identity being that there's always one defenseman on the ice who's a legitimate offensive threat.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I think in all three pairings, you have at least one guy that you're like, oh shit, they're coming in on the rush.
Or even in the zone, like Mason.
Yeah,
breaking, taking these opportunities, finding a window, finding a lane.
And I said this last week, but Andrew Peeke is like having himself quite a bit of a season right now. When he is carrying the puck, I am pretty impressed. I think in terms of when you go back to think about when he came into the team and everybody's immediate reaction to like where I'm in on him now, day and night. Like I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't like him. And now when I see him on the ice, I'm like, hell yeah, Peake's out there. Like very responsible defensively, very quick about getting it up into the offensive zone. I have no qualms about Andrew Peake's game right now.
No.
Nada.
Before we keep going, because I'm sure we have other thoughts on this game, we're going to take a quick break, talk to our good friends over at Prize Picks.
You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Hey, sign up today. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. This week on the Prize Picks football board, Justin Jefferson for more than 83.5 receiving yards and Patrick Mahomes for less than 267.5 passing yards. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
I'm going to a wedding this weekend.
Yeah.
In Worcester. My friend is choosing to get married in Worcester.
Are they having the divorce the day after?
I think they're doing it. Yeah, they're going to have the reception is also at a bar. So I think what they're doing is they're getting married, then they're going to a bar, and then they're going to get into like a big fight. We're going to call the cops, and then they're going to kiss in handcuffs, and then they're going to do like the just married thing, like running the cans of Natty Light off of the back of the paddy wagon.
Just arrested.
And you got the other takes.
I want to keep talking shit about Worcester. Hold on.
Yeah.
No. So this is our second showing of Jonas Korpisalo.
Yeah.
Good. Better. Definitely way better. I know that, and this is a whole other can of worms, that the TNT broadcast was like, oh, it might have been a soft one there. On especially the third goal. I know
that is a can of worms because my brain is trying really hard right now to focus on what you're saying and to not go off on the broadcast because I got a lot of thoughts on it. But yes, they were a little tough on them
joking right now because I know that we're going to get derailed real quick. But yeah, so the goals that went in, the Colorado power play is the fucking Colorado power play. Like, I'm not losing sleep over letting in goals on the PK against Colorado. It's okay. Like, they're going to do that. And if those are the only goals that went in, which they were, very okay. He made a couple big saves. He made like a big save on Miles Wood at the start of the game, like 55 seconds in. And then he made a couple clutch saves at the end of the game when Colorado had the extra attacker, including one on a blocker on a redirection that redirected 2 feet in front of him, which I don't understand the physics of how you can react to that in time. But yeah, no, generally speaking, I'm glad he got the win. Like, it's one of those wins that he had an 880 save percentage. So it's not like, whoa. Yeah. But you watch him play and you got the win and you held him off. That's all I want out of him. You got the win when it was your turn in that. Cool.
If he can be good every 5-6 games, not 5-6, I get, maybe every 4 or 5 games.
I think he's going to end up playing 27-ish, 25.
If 26. He can look good, that's fine. That's fine. That's really what you need from him. Through 2 games, he has a 457 and an 850 save percentage. Obviously, one of those games being a 6-goal performance in which he technically didn't finish the game. It just bumps the numbers up, is what I'm saying. So,
yeah, even Sway's numbers aren't good right now. He has a 298 and an 893, but it's he's played 3 games. He won 2 of them. So
we were talking about Georgiev's numbers too, as was the broadcast, which again stopped me because I'm gonna go off. But Georgiev's numbers, same thing. It's so early in the year. It's like it takes one bad start, one bad game, one bad period to just mess up your numbers. So you just simply can't look at. Who are the NHL leaders right now? Here,
that's what I was going to say. You look at the leaders and they have a 0.5 goals allowed. It's because you've played 4 games, so the stats it's too early. I was about to be like, yeah, dude, there's no way these idiots stay at the top. It's like Connor Hellebuck, Andrew Vasilevsky, Ilya Samsonov, and oh wow. And Jake Allen, the first player to record a win against 33 different franchises. Casey Smith has yes, it is. Casey Smith has a 1,000 save percentage, or 1.0, however you want to say that.
Yep.
So it's too early. It's
25 shots. He's seen 25 shots.
So. But he stopped them all. All.
Hellebuck's allowed 2 goals on 83 shots.
Dude, Hellebuck, talk about James Bond villain. I've said that so many times. He just looks like one. Hellebuck's great. Hellebuck is something else. He really is. A lot of good goaltending in the league right now, I think. You have a lot of really good goaltenders. But yeah, in Korpisalo, maybe one of them. We don't know yet. But he's been fine.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Can we talk about the broadcast, please?
Yeah, well, fuck it. Let's just get into it. Oh my God, do I hate TNT's
What
broadcast.
The hell was that?
What, Eddie Olczyk, are you okay?
He's on drugs.
Is it just the air in Colorado? Because Jack was always like that in Colorado too, but we assumed he was just stoned. But
he was.
He almost certainly was. Not even just I didn't like the things he said about the Bruins, which is true. But just the way he was talking, it was just he sounded like he was half asleep.
The one thing that the altitude, all that blah 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 does to you, is if you're on medication, let's say you're on a heart medication, like a blood thinner or something, you can get a little loopy. You can get big time loopy. Do I want to give Eddie Olczyk the benefit of the doubt there? No, I do not. Thank you for asking. No, I don't. So I'm not going to. That guy was fucked up, allegedly. And everybody was. It wasn't just us. Like you said it, and I was like, yeah, I think you're right. And then went on Twitter, and everybody was like, holy shit.
Pete was tweeting something about it. He was like, I'm reasonably certain that he's on something right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not even the real reason I hate the broadcast. It's just because and I know this is always the bias, but it's like the Bruins can do no right in the eyes of TNT, apparently. There was the cross-check Carlo had on somebody, and they're like, oh, he gives them a healthy cross-check. It's like, he kind of didn't at all, though, did he? Like, I know if you get them in the right spot, it doesn't take a lot of effort to, like, really hurt someone with a cross-check, but it kind of seemed like nothing. I guess the one that really stuck out to me was at one point Hampus Lindholm was on the red line, in the neutral zone, and shot it in. And in the follow through with his stick still up, like one of the Avalanche players basically skated into it and speared himself in the face. Mm-hmm. And they're like, how is that not a call? Like, what a missed call. It's like it was in the follow through. Like that's never ever called, nor should it be. And then you saw go ahead.
We listened to a very biased broadcast.
Yeah.
So I know that plays into it, that I'm so used to hearing, the broadcast booth basically jumping and cheering, not basically, literally jumping and cheering for the team on the ice. But I don't think that has me so jaded that I can't take a step back and watch an unbiased broadcast. But I just want that. Bias makes it sound like there's a victim complex at play. Where I'm like, why do they hate us? They don't like us. It's more like I just think they're dumb and focus on the wrong things and get outraged in weird moments and then ignore other things that are and then they start to develop patterns. And that's when you go okay, is this a team bias thing where you're upset? But I hate to sound like I'm whining that they're not nice to my team, but I think it was the Lindholm hit.
The Elias Lindholm or the
Elias Lindholm hit that looked like it might have been a hit to the head. Upon further review, was not. It was who was it? Jake Wall.
About what?
Jake Wall. Is that who it was?
I don't know what you're talking about now. Who he hit?
Who he hit?
Oh no, Miles Wood.
Miles Wood. Yeah. Who's Jake Wall?
I'm thinking of Joseph Wall as a goaltender. So are you just making up a player?
I think Miles Wood. I think Jake Wall. I don't know how I got there. I think I just fucked his name up that bad. I think is what happened there. Miles Wood went down, and for I want to say 48 minutes, that's all they talked about. That's all the broadcast was them being just focusing on that, talking about the dirty hits and the this and the league taking exception to those kinds of and it's we can see what happened. We can see what happened. There's other things happening on the ice. Like you said, Charlie McAvoy getting cross-checked. I'm pretty sure that happened shortly after that.
Same period, I think, at least.
And no focus on it. And it's, like I said, I think it's less team bias, more just stupid. Why are we focusing on these weird things?
The Elias Lindholm thing, it barely was a hit. He makes contact with him. Everything about it, even at full speed, nothing about it looks malicious. He clearly doesn't hit him anywhere up high. It's clearly his arm that he hits, especially because that's what he's clutching on the ice. Mm-hmm. Clearly in a lot of pain. The report now is saying that they don't believe it's anything serious, which is good because I genuinely thought his arm was broken at the time.
Yeah.
I'm not even really bothered by the fact that they called it a major and then reviewed it because sure, there's no harm in it. You might as well. Because the guys on the ice, what if you did miss it? What if that was a sneaky bad hit? Sure, call it and then review it and then take it away, which is exactly what they did.
Sure.
But to pretend in any capacity, even after like one viewing of that hit, that it's anything other than just like incidental and a freak accident is crazy to me.
But they wouldn't let it go. I don't know why.
People are like, that's interference. I'm like, it is not at all. Like, he let go of the puck like 0.6 seconds ago. Like, even in slow motion, it's not late. Like, it's one of those hits.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fine. And then, like you said, the Charlie McAvoy on the ice in the corner, and he's just getting worked over. He 3 cross checks to the back, and then he's caught on the hot mic, clearly upset about it. Not a word on it by the broadcast. They didn't say anything. Like, it was so unspoken that when I was making the clip, I'm like, am I making mountains out of molehills right now? Like, was this nothing? Mm-hmm. And then as I was thinking you could hear McAvoy being like, fucking Christ. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it was something.
No, it certainly was.
Yeah.
They were hardly commentating at all during that part. They kind of were just letting the game happen. I don't know.
They really
were.
It's
weird. And I don't know. I don't necessarily care for the crew.
Do you understand how bad your broadcast has to be for me to like desperately miss Nesson's broadcast quality? Like, I love Judd and Brick and Andrew and like the people on it, but there's so much that is left to be desired from Nesson's broadcast. So for you, I mean TNT, for me to be like, damn, I really wish this was on Nesson right now. You're fucking up.
It's weird. Yeah, Turner is really hit or miss because like people do like the intermission crew on TNT.
Amazon, I guess, has a broadcast going on this year. And people are saying it's like pretty good. Like, the quality of the stream is like higher than most streams, which I'm looking forward to.
They do. I mean, they do a good job with Thursday Night Football. I think Apple TV does a terrible job with baseball. So I hope that they don't dip their toe into the hockey water.
Okay. Yeah, it's Monday Night Hockey.
Ice.
Bruins don't play a single game on Amazon this season.
Perfect.
So don't worry about it. So forget I even brought it up.
I won't.
Good. But yeah, let's talk about the game a bit more. Who had the Bruins' fourth line being the most productive line in the NHL?
In the game. In the sport.
Like, people were like, not only are they the best line on the Bruins.
We got a frozen Rob. Where is he? Uh-oh. Is it me?
Hello?
Hello, there he is. You're here.
I never went away. On my end.
I didn't have them as the most productive line in the sport. I didn't. I'll put my hand up and say that. I didn't have them as the most productive line on the team. That's just my opinion. I thought that the fourth line probably wasn't going to be the best line. No.
But it's every game. And like, yes, we're in a bubble, and yes, it's going to pop, but that will not stop me from enjoying it. Sure. Also, like, a lot of what they're doing is just hard work. Like, they're not even getting they're getting bounces, don't get me wrong, but like, it's not like they're all freak goals. And they have a lot of opportunities that don't turn into goals too. It's not like they're shooting at like 85% or something. Like, there's been like, even last game, there was a number of chances. Like, they're getting very good shots from like dangerous areas. The team in general, but specifically that line, really seems to be effectively using the dump and chase, like getting it into a good area on the ice down low, getting in there, winning the battle, and not being afraid of throwing it at the net and then just seeing what happens.
Yeah.
And can you imagine that they're scoring the most goals and leading the league in plus minus? Plus 9, plus 9, plus 8. Best plus minus in the league. Which
it's crazy how that works.
That is part of my, that's interesting, lineup today.
Oh, did we start that?
Not yet, but that is part of it. That is one of my own.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Tied 638th, which is last in the league in plus minus, with a -7 is Trent Frederick.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, and it's. I know I'm using plus minus to praise someone, and now I'm going to tell you, but it doesn't really matter.
Sure,
it's an indicator. It's something. It's not everything. It's like, it's cool to see that the fourth line is leading the league, but when I see Freddie -7, I'm like, I still like Frederick's game. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, of course it is. It's fine. It's fine.
It's representative of team play more than anything. Do you remember the perfection line? There was this graphic that was like, wow, the best the best cumulative plus minus in NHL history or something. And it was like their plus minus from the seasons like added together. And I remember like it was posted by like, I think it was by the NHL. And I remember like every reporter quote tweeting it and being like, this is not how plus minus works. You cannot add two guys together and be like,
they're on the ice at the same time. They're the same line. Like that's the same plus.
If you and I are on the ice for a goal, we are not a +2. It doesn't. I don't know.
But by our powers combined,
yeah.
But what if I really wanted to?
It's like that's just 3 times as many goals as they had out there. That's all that is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. But no, the fourth line, you had that Kepke goal redirect. Kepke is like, who the fuck is who? Where were you? Who are you?
I don't trust him yet. Can I say that? Can I say that?
No, I trust him. I'd let him carry my children. What? That's not
what? I didn't say that.
It's poor phrasing. Poor phrasing.
Oh, you mean like hold your?
I would let him bear my children. No, that's the same thing.
Nope.
Thank you for
bear my children.
Bearing my children.
Bear my children was the backup name for the show.
That's the behind the scenes episode. Now, what do you mean you don't trust him yet? Just because he's too new and you don't know what's going on? Yeah,
I'm still feeling him out a little bit. You know, it's just one of those like gut feelings. You see the jersey, you see the number, and you're like, who are you? Who are you again? You know, hey, don't get too comfortable. Keep your feet off my damn coffee table.
Just do it. Use a coaster. And then you got Coyle's goal, which we talked about. Beautiful Lori feed. Beautiful feed. God, when he does it well, doesn't he? Power play looked pretty good. This game. We got 2 power play goals in one game. I didn't know we could do that. I don't think we've ever
They let you do that.
And then they stopped. And then they stopped. But Colorado had 3, so what's the point? Who even cares? Life is meaningless. What else? Pastrnak, getting another one, so that's 4 goals in 5 games. 50 and 50, still possible. Just takes one hat trick. It takes one hat trick, and you're up 2 games. How long until Pastrnak gets his first hat? He's on pace. You tell me. Hey, you tell me, brother. Yeah, I want to see it. I think he's going to hit 50 this year, and why not do it in 50 games? That'd be fun. I would enjoy that.
Sure, I would enjoy it too. I just think it might be a little overzealous.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. It's so greedy of me. Like I've already gotten so accustomed to him scoring 50 that I'm like, but how do we kick this up another notch?
Yeah, how do we make this interesting, David?
Did
you see the video of him choosing which pasta he would be?
I have it saved, but I haven't watched it yet. Is it good?
It's good. It's good.
You know what? It actually, I don't know why this made me think of it. We just so quickly moved on from the toothpaste thing, and we don't talk about it.
No,
I don't think people want to talk about it.
That Pastrnak in Czech means toothpaste.
No, I think it's just pasta.
No, I think it's Pastrnak. I think his name is David Toothpaste.
I think it's just his name. How do you say? It was the type. How do you say pasta in Czech? How do you say toothpaste in Czech? Stand by. Zubny pasta. Yeah, it's toothpaste.
Oh,
yeah.
It's pasta.
It's pasta.
Okay.
Pasta.
So
Zubny pasta.
So
we're calling him toothpaste. It's fine.
Because wasn't it him that said that?
Yeah, he was like, by the way, you've been calling me toothpaste for 8 years. And we're like,
people were like, how do you feel about the nickname pasta? And he's like, well, back home it means toothpaste. So
but he's like, I don't care.
Did
you see the video of the league release? It's like the NHL players saying how they say their own name.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Or the Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, which is one of the best things I've ever seen. And then Pasternak's he says his name like in proper, Czech cadence. And he's like, but here people call me David Pastrnak. It's just, he had to sneak in. It's just like, none of you are saying this correct, but it's fine. I'm not gonna bother correcting you. There's
a lot of weird ones in there. Nico Hischier.
Oh, that was the one I was gonna bring up. I'm like, who knew that?
Yeah,
so many of those. Nobody.
You think you have to bounce while you're saying,
yeah, it's like, he looks so happy. How can I not? All right, there's a few things I want to talk about outside the game, so I want to get through the rest of this game.
Well, before we get yet. Okay.
Let me wrap up. I'm almost done.
Wrap it up.
2 goals in 13 seconds. That was cute. Lindy getting on the board right after setting up a Pasternak's goal, and it looked like it was redirected by Beecher, but I checked today, and they attributed it to Hampus Lindholm. So that is what I want to see from Hampus. A lot of just like, fuck it, throw it at the net, see what happens. Like, and it's working. Just keep doing it. Keep scoring goals. And then Beecher did get his goal with the empty netter because Nate Dogg McKinnon let it roll off his stick, and Beecher didn't even handle it. Like, it was like it rolled towards him, and he just one-timed it from center ice into the net. At which point it was glaringly obvious just how well we Bruins fans travel, because that building erupted in the empty net, which, by the way, in Colorado.
Did you see any of the videos from the stands?
Oh, it's so good. It looked like the bowl. It looked like the balcony at the Garden.
Yeah. That is, 1,700 miles from
it ain't
Boston?
Close.
I would imagine maybe more. Because LA is 3,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
So Denver's, it's got to be 2,000 miles.
No, not flights. Yeah, I had a friend in attendance, and even before the game, he's like, there's a lot of Bruins jerseys here. I'm like, yeah, like, we're Bruins fans are everywhere.
Yeah.
It is just under 2,000 miles.
Come on. Who nailed it?
You
nailed it?
You did.
I said 1,700, maybe 2,000.
Split the difference. Call it 1970.
Come on.
Yeah, but that just about did it. Again, like, some good saves from Korpisalo at the end. But if you're going to make me, watch a game that ends after midnight, you better fucking win it. And I don't know if you remember last season, they kept fucking losing all of the West Coast games. They brought them all, they lost them all in overtime. So I had to stay up till 1 and watch you lose. So, yeah, I mean, let's, not break the overtime loss record, not even try. We're on pace to have 0 of those, so let's keep that up. And I just if you're gonna make me watch that late, you better fucking win. But they did, so it's fine. Do we want to sneak in a nap break? Do we want to? I do, because we got other things we got to talk about. We have a big thing we got to talk about. We got a big old thing.
We got a big old thing. We're going to talk about. Here's game time.
There's nothing like seeing a game live. I mean, watching it on TV is great. We have all the technology. We have our phones. We have access to everything. But being there in person is definitely the way to go. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time.
Finally, the Bruins got a new jersey. It is about time. It has been, 9 months? 4 months since their last new jersey. We've only gotten 6 new ones in the past 2 years. Oh, I feel good. The Centennial.
I would like to be mean for a moment.
To me?
Yes, but not directly. I'm talking to you, Bruins fans. I'm talking to you, Bruins fans, on Twitter, saying they think we're gonna spend $600 on a jersey. We get a new jersey every 4 months. How have you not figured out the pricing yet? It is $260 for a jersey with a name on it. It is $600 for the collector, authentic, much more like what they actually wear on the ice jersey that you never have to worry about. Because I don't know people who will spend $600 on a jersey. We shouldn't know these people.
No.
Catch up.
I don't think that's a price just for this jersey. I think that's just a price for all of, like you said, all of the
every authentic
replica pro.
Yeah, what I think Fanatics rebranded authentic as premium, or maybe the other way around.
It's like, I think it's replica pro or pro authentic or something like that.
Yeah. And like I recognize that $260 is still quite a lot of fucking money for an article of any clothing. But critical thinking here, folks. Do you really think that the Boston Bruins are going to start selling their default jerseys at $600 a piece? They will not, because no one would buy them.
I mean, nobody's buying them at $260.
It's just driving me a little crazy. It's like there's plenty of people being like, "No, don't worry, it's not $600. It's only $260." But everybody just like jumped off immediately. They're like, "What the fuck?" Like, I'm like, no, that's not. It's obviously not what is happening.
Okay. All right. Well, in case you didn't know, that's why
I said mean. It was informative and mean. A little mean.
Be a little mean sometimes. I like when you're mean.
Stop it.
How charge a little bit.
My God. Did you see the reveal video for the jerseys? The one at Matthews Arena? Can we talk about how
I would love to talk about
clean that transition is?
It's astounding.
I watched it 30 times. I cannot find the frame where it switches from video to video. It is perfect.
It is suspicious. It's one of those things like it happens to me watching movies. I imagine it happens to a lot of folks. I think more so if you've like made movies or like, studied movies. But like there are moments that are so technologically good that they pull you out of the movie where you're like, wait, that was cool, but how did you do that?
Like the mirror shot from Contact, kind of?
From what?
Contact?
I haven't seen Contact.
Oh, do I have a clip for you, my friend?
Send me a clip.
Yeah.
But there was, fucking, I don't know, Birdman, any one take or something like that, that just makes you go like, wow, how did they get this shot? How did they get Whiplash, the car crash shot? You're like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
This was like that. This was their Whiplash car crash shot. Yeah. I was like, how did they do that? Anyway, that's not what's important at all. The
also,
Matthews
if you have no idea
video, cool.
Yeah, very much so. I love the sweatshirt Marshy is wearing too. I want the hoodie. I want that. I want that more than I think I want the jersey, and I really want the jersey.
The sweatshirt is really sweet, really sweet.
Being at Matthews Arena is really cool. And if you didn't know, that is where the game 100 years ago was played. My uncle a week ago actually said he was like, it would be cool if they played the game at Matthews, and I was like, I don't think they can play an NHL game at Matthews Arena.
They can't do that at all.
2024, the year of our Lord. But it was very cool. They acknowledged it and they shot that video there, but also they kind of shot it at the Garden because like that transition thing is like on the Garden ice.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the video, the transition we're talking about is they show Marchand skating around on the ice in like a hoodie, and he does like the hockey stop and like with the snow going up. And as the snow like covers him and it goes down, all of a sudden he's wearing the Bruins' new kit.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, what is your immediate reaction to the kit?
I think we kind of knew. We've talked about it before, and like other people have talked for the past like a year or two, and like have told us like that they're going for like this 80s revival. Yeah,
we've been hearing that for quite a while, actually. I think it's like coming on 3 years now. I feel like we've been hearing about it loosely.
Yeah, I think the plan was like, sorry, that's
we haven't had Goose on the show in a while. Hello,
don't mind him.
Okay.
The original talk was like after the Centennial jersey, they're going to make this like 80s revival thing. And when that didn't happen, it didn't really cross my mind that the Centennial jersey would be that. And the rumor now is that like this is going to be their full-time kit. But anyway, my reaction when I saw it was like, oh, there's the 80s thing. Like there it is.
Yeah.
And I think like the finer details of it are fine. Like I think they're good. I think they're really, really good. I think there's nothing like you can analyze and be like, oh, maybe I would have put a band here. And maybe this is that. But there's nothing at a glance that I'm like, ooh, that looks wrong. Or like I would, ooh, that kind of, I'll never like a patch on the chest. So like the Centennial being where it is, kind of ugly. Because then you start to think like, okay, so someone like Marshy, who has a C on his chest. They have to fit the C, and they have to fit the patch, and they have to fit the logo, and then they have to fit the ad. So where it starts to get a little crowded on the front of a jersey, and I don't really love that.
I think they could have put more ads on it.
I think they should have put more ads on it. That's my one qualm. Right across the gut. Qatar Airways.
On the spoked B in the negative white space.
Whoa, think of all the ads you could put in between there.
You listening, Jacobs?
Chase Bank.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think any actual gripes I have with it would kind of just be nitpicking. The only one that comes to mind is I'm so glad the gold socks are back, but I wish they were like solid gold, not like the white and gold two-tone. But again, that it's so minor. Like it's not pulling me out of my enjoyment of this New Jersey. I wish there was another way of saying New Jersey without saying New Jersey, because I don't like saying New Jersey.
New sweater.
There we go.
The worst state in the nation, new sweater.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. They teased it yesterday, and even from the tease, I think there was like a couple leaks in the last couple weeks. People were like, I think this is what it looks like, and the leaks were pretty spot on. Big fan. Honestly, the reaction from fans around the league are like, this might be like the best Bruins jersey ever. Don't know I agree with it, but to even have that conversation started says a lot about the quality of the jersey, I think. And like you said, I've heard that not only are they wearing it for the Centennial game on December 1st, but this will just be their third jerseys this year. And then that next year, they will become the primary jerseys.
They haven't confirmed that. To be clear, the team hasn't confirmed.
This is not confirmed, but people that we trust and people that I really don't think would go on the internet and tell lies for no reason. They seem to believe that is what's going on, that's what they're hearing, which also implies that there will be an away version of that as well, which that's going to look fucking good. I think that can be really good.
That's going to be really good. And it also implies that the primary logo will then change.
And it also implies there will be a new third next season.
That's a lot. Okay, now we're
when you think about it, you
don't.
The dominoes in a line. You don't really need a third jersey. Does the NHL require teams to have a third jersey?
No,
I don't think so.
The San Jose Sharks. Oh, actually, they do. I don't know who doesn't have a third jersey.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to people.
The Blackhawks don't. Well, they certainly have in the past. I don't think they have an active third.
I don't know. It changes all the time. Because like if you're like in the Heritage Classic or a Winter Classic, I think you just wear that. Sure. Or then there's the reverse retros or whatever. But yeah, no. First impression, love it. As always, you need to wait to see it on the ice. You need to wait to see it in the middle of a broadcast. And I think they're going to look fucking great on TV and in person. I think they're going to look pretty special. I'm very excited.
I have a hard time believing they won't look great.
That's a good way of putting it. All right, I'm going to go back to the game for a moment because I missed a few things. The Marchand embellishment, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about it?
You know, you never know. You never know when guys have, the butt of their stick digging into your side. You never know. Sometimes you just get, you get spooked a little bit and you lose your balance. People forget you're standing on ice,
It's quite slippery.
It is very slippery, and you're wearing knives on your feet. So,
what a sport! What a sport this is.
All sorts of reasons that you could go down in that situation. So, I wouldn't call it an embellishment if that's what you're calling it. I guess
TNT did, Joe, and who are we to question them?
Right.
Yeah, I clipped it and I zoomed in and I slowed it down to like 10% speed. And if anything, I think it's like his elbow that if anything did catch him in the head, I think it's his elbow, but it's so hard to tell. And like the speeds of everything don't really add up. And like, talk about taking the glasses off for a moment. Like Brad embellishes kind of a lot. Like he leads the team in penalties drawn every year. And you don't do that just by getting targeted. You do that by drawing some calls and embellishing a few, which it doesn't bother me like that. It's part of the game and it worked. He got the interference call. So like, I'm kind of hung up on like, I don't know, but I also don't really care. It's also kind of just like a nothing burger already. Like it's not like a conversation that's going to last very long. If it is even still going on beyond this right now. It's
also like, it's fucking, oh no, Brad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, he's fine.
If your son who like has gotten arrested also gets detention, you're not like, you got detention too. You're like, okay, well, you're not in jail.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brad.
He's not getting suspended over that embellishment. I'll put it that way.
Glad he's alive.
Glad he survived it.
Yeah.
he did get fucking body slammed at one point. Oh my God. It was like 2 hits. He got hit into the glass and then like it looked like he got suplexed. Like he got dropped. And he missed a good part of the second period and then didn't come out for the start of the third. Ultimately did come out. But it was kind of funny because they were like, he embellished, but also like, where's Brad? And it's like, maybe his head hurts. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe his whole body hurts.
Maybe he's a hockey player. But he's fine. But yeah, no, I just want to bring that up. I do want to talk about my pride and joy, Matthew Potra.
Please do.
Not as bad as the last game, his performance, but he's still fighting it. He's still fighting it right now. I think it's more mental than anything. He got lit up again. Zadorov stepped in on his behalf, which is, thank you, Zadorov. Very cool. I don't. All right.
Zadorov would like to have that fight back.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. Well, yes.
That was that kid's first NHL game.
Which, and you take on Nikita Zadorov, I'll give you your flowers. That's pretty good. I can't help but think of David Krejci and how he was saddled with, like, not very good wingers for a large part of his career.
Yep.
And was just with the expectation of, we need you to elevate their game. They need a jump. Why don't you do it? And I'm getting so far ahead of myself here with this comparison. But when I see Matthew Potra playing alongside Riley Tufte and Max Jones, I'm like, what are we doing here? You're just burying all three of them. And it's not a coincidence that you saw multiple dominant shifts from the first, second, and fourth lines that game, but not from the third line. I would rather it be, I don't know how you'd want to order this, but Geeky, Potra, and Braz. Any combination of that I would prefer over Tufte and Jones. I don't want Tufte on this team. I really don't. I haven't felt this strongly about not wanting someone on the Bruins roster since like fucking Nick Ritchie.
Ryan Spooner.
I know I like Spooner. Nick Ritchie was like, I was like, you're worse. I would rather be down a man than have you out there.
You're not quite there with Tufte though, right?
I'm not, but like, he's just not good. He gave away the puck behind the net and then immediately took a really fucking stupid cross-check penalty, which they scored on the ensuing power play to make it a 1-goal game. I'm like, I can't imagine. I mean, I can because Monty's such a wild card. A scenario where like he's like kept in the lineup for the game tomorrow.
Almost about half as many minutes in the penalty box as on the ice. He had about 7 minutes on the ice, 2 in the penalty box, which is not really half, but I embellished.
2/7. Also, Nikita Zadorov has taken a penalty every single game so far this season, so that's fun. This was part of his scouting report, is that he does have penalty trouble, which I guess we're seeing. A lot of it's kind of stupid, but what are you going to do? But yeah, no, I would love for Potra to start really cooking, and he will not do that if his sous chefs are Tufte and Jones. Please. I want him to get reps on the first line. The lines are so dynamic. Throw him up there. He'll be fine. Yeah, that's just what I want. Maybe he just needs an amulet. Maybe that's all he needs, and then he'll be fine.
We got to talk about that.
We got to talk about...
Goose wants to talk about it.
Goose needs to talk about it. John Tavares wears an amulet that protects him from Wi-Fi.
He sells it, dude.
He sells it. It's Russell Brand's, though. So was he, like, endorsing it, or is he, like...
I thought he was endorsing it. You told me he's selling it.
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me.
That's why I said to you, I'm like, he's selling it? I thought he was just wearing it. You were like, no.
It's a Russell branded, that's an annoying thing to say, magical amulet, which protects you from electromagnetic radiation.
Yeah.
So, and yeah.
I don't know if you saw the video of Russell Brand talking about it, but he was like
listening to him talk.
He said, I won't do the accent, I'll spare you, but he said, all sorts of the various waves that are in the air.
Yeah. Shit.
I didn't realize this was backed by science, dude. Okay.
This is a man who knows what he's talking about.
The various waves. Aren't you tired of getting radio waves in your food?
This 5G tastes funny. Here, put on these
I saw
Mark
somebody do a
glasses.
deep dive on it, and like they're basically just resin, like they're like like polyurethane resin. That's like
that's
what
all they ever fucking are. Nothing.
Yeah. It's polyurethane painted with a cool design. And they sell all sorts of other things that are not amulets. They sell one that you can put in your living room that keeps all your, you don't want to get your Wi-Fi in your brain. So you can put one on your table. It's like $400. And it sits there, Can you also use the Wi-Fi while you're in the room with this thing? Yes, you
is it
can.
good at blocking Wi-Fi? Is it just like a Fairday cage kind of?
It doesn't do anything, man. It's polyurethane.
I'm gonna start building Fairday cages for celebrities. Be like, this actually does protect you from 5G and Wi-Fi. Nothing's getting in here. Try and use your phone in here. You can't. I should make money. I don't know.
I feel confident saying this because if you're listening to this, you're probably listening on a phone or some other device, maybe watching on your computer, maybe watching on your television. So you're probably not afraid of technology.
You should.
But if you are, abandon society, brother. Go live in the go like Ruby Ridge style off the grid. Like just try it.
You're mostly plastic at this point, anyways. It doesn't matter.
What is?
No, I just say like if you're worried about waves. Oh yeah, we all are. Microplastics, plastics are just everywhere. Yeah,
they're in you. So get out while you can. Abandon ship. And go live that way. It made me. I saw. There's first of all a lot of good memes on the internet. Hockey Twitter is doing their thing, but one that got me that was so stupid. It was like the clip of Tavares like handing off the C to Matthews. Somebody saying like they convinced him to whatever because they told him the A stood for amulet and was like,
oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. It
no,
good.
It's all or just like Tavares. When that came out, he was a scratch that night. People were like upper body injury, broken amulet.
Yeah.
All right. See Patrick Brown named captain of the Providence Bruins.
Congratulations.
Hang out down there for a while, please.
Have fun.
I do like Brown. I like Patrick Brown. Sure. And to close out, that's interesting. Some really good face-off numbers against Colorado. You got Elias Lindholm, who went 10 for 13. Matt Potra going 6 for 7. Kastelik going 6 for 8. And Coyle, a respectable 9 for 15. Good stuff. Love seeing that from Potra because I think... Yeah. When you talk about him putting on weight, I think a lot of that should and can translate into being better at the dot and putting more weight on the stick and just being a bit more assertive. At some point in his career, he is going to crush someone in an open ice hit because statistically everybody will do that at some point. And that will be the day I become a man. I think that's when it's all going to start making sense for me. And Matt Potra, has not scored a goal at TD Garden. It feels like it's
only has 5 in his career, right?
Correct,
6?
Correct. Yep. It feels like it's part of my destiny to be there when that happens. But at the same time, I don't think I will be. But I wish him the best. I got to stop putting money on him to score every game. I'm deeply in the red at this point. Yeah. So my over needs to be much more.
Or you got to keep doubling how much you put on.
That is also part of it. Mm-hmm. I think that's mostly everything I got. Yeah, no, but it was a good win. Had some really, really, really good moments. Colorado definitely woke up in the second half of that game, and then it kind of evened out. But is it fun watching the Bruins just like walk all over a team?
Yeah,
and we're playing Utah tomorrow. I'm excited for that. Utah's a very good team. Really good young team. I think it'll be a good challenge for the Bruins right now. That's all I got.
I'm excited to see. A stadium full, an arena full of just Bruins fans, because that's what it's going to be.
Oh God, it really will be.
It is going to be just an away home game.
Like, all 3 of these games, maybe not so much Nashville, because they really do have quite a fan base there. But
yeah, and like Colorado, it's early, they're struggling. People love traveling. People have like a reason that they want to go to Denver, but like Utah, they don't have fans yet. They've played a game there, 2 games, a game. They don't have fans there yet. So I would imagine Boston is going to absolutely flood the place.
Probably. Do you know Nashville doesn't have a win yet either?
Really?
Yeah, they're number 31 in the league right now. Oh,
dude, better for hockey when the Preds are good.
It is. I like the Preds. I have no problem with the Preds. It's going to be weird seeing Stamkos.
Think back, I think 2016 Western Conference Final, Preds and Sharks.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That
Tennessee versus California, and everyone cared. That was awesome.
That was actually the year I was like, okay, I was like, okay, they have an actual fan base. Like they really, like that place gets fucking loud. Like Smashville.
That's when like Smashville was coined and like the car.
Yep, I'd love to see a game there.
Yeah,
but yeah, Colorado being number 32 in the league at 0-4-0 and a -12 goal differential is, I don't think anybody expected that. And then Edmonton being 30, they're 1-3-0. Which is like so good for me because like every single expert was like, my pick for the Stanley Cup is the Edmonton Oilers, and it's like it's 4 games and they can turn it around. But
sure,
Schadenfreude, fuck yeah, lose, keep losing. I don't want you to win. I'm tired of you. Get out of here. Yeah, Edmonton.
They've won too many Stanley Cups for you.
Yeah, stop it. Too many in my lifetime. Yeah. But the top 5 teams right now in the league are the Calgary Flames, the Dallas Stars, the New Jersey Devils, Utah Hockey Club, and the Winnipeg Jets. What?
I'm sure that'll stay that way.
That is wild. I don't like it. Yeah, it's all topsy-turvy right now. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, but again, I'm very much looking forward to seeing Utah. Utah with a 3-1-1 record. But they're fun to watch. Like I said, should be a good matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, follow along with us. We'll be posting stuff, not from the game, but about the game. And we'll be back here Sunday after a pair of thrilling game after the Utah game. And who's the Saturday game?
Shit. The game isn't even tomorrow. What am I talking about? The game is Saturday. It's just Utah. That's my bad.
Just Utah.
Just Utah. And then I believe Nashville's.
Well, actually, you're probably listening to this on Friday, so it is.
It is tomorrow. I stand by what I said. And then the Nashville is Tuesday. Okay, so we got a couple.
Yeah, so we'll be here to talk about the Utah game.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
And maybe whatever else comes in between now and then.
Could be anything.
But follow along. Follow on the socials at bearwithme_pod. You can follow me at Joey Copponi. You can follow him at Rob Tocci. And we will be back after this Utah game. Thanks for following along. And thanks for,
bearing my children with me.